Yo, what up? It's Kai. I created it. You know what's going on. Shit. Normally when I make these videos, I'm making these videos to connect with somebody. When I make these videos, I'm making these videos to connect with someone. And currently, I am in Atlanta. I'm shooting one of my clients at this event called InvestFest. And while I'm here, I came across a moment where I got really, really upset because I came across somebody that I looked up to and they kind of tore me down. So hopefully this story helps somebody that's in my position where they feel that they aren't as valuable as they truly are because they gave power to someone that clearly did not care about their well-being. Okay, so top of the story. About a while ago, I had a mentor. His name was something that I won't say because I don't really. This channel is a space for me to literally just talk to you guys and be as true and as authentic as possible. And that's why I'm not really highly editing these videos or anything like that. But essentially, I paid for a program, and this program guaranteed that it would change my photography and videography career. And it did, but in order for me to do that, I had to give up on a piece of myself in my videography world that made me great, right? I was creating from a space of like artistic creation, right? Like I was doing music videos, I was doing weddings, I was making a separate social media to try to figure it out. And I got this mentor, and my assumption was that this guy was going to change my life forever. So when I met Bull, right, like I was excited. He spent about maybe like $3,500. I even got some help from some friends, you know, because I couldn't afford it. But when I got into this program, right, this guy, this person, was a really cool mentor. He picked up the phone. He was getting extra calls with me. He put me in position immediately. I made $750 for just recording somebody in New York. Like at that time, like just to do one job, like that was a lot of money to me, right? So normally I would only get $750 to shoot and edit. But once I did that, I was like, all right, cool. Like I can manage this. I can fuck with this. Like this could change my life. So I was out there. Ironically, you know, it did. But in reality, I don't think that what I learned changed my life. What I learned was, I think it was the relationship with him that changed my situation. So time went on. He became my client. I came back to his event the next year. He gave me a testimonial opportunity. But in that time, I heard him talking a lot of shit about me. I was hearing it from my friends, my fellow classmates. Him saying like, Kai's creative, but he's too creative. Like, you want anything creative, get with Kai. And I was kind of just like, why is that a bad thing? Like, is it my job to be as creative as possible? Is it my job to be innovative in my space? But I understood that creativity can be hindering at times when it comes to quantity, right? Creativity shows face and quality, but that's not the point. I was irritated, but because he didn't say nothing to me, I didn't think it was my place to go and say something to him, because at that moment I was making other people look really bad. I would put other people in jeopardy. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. You feel me? Like, I don't want to put somebody else in a position where they feel as though like their value, or they feel scared, or whatever the case is, because they had their own relationships with him. So I didn't go and say nothing, right? Bear with me. And in that moment, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit here and play with my emotions and let somebody bully me into thinking that who I am and what I am ain't meant? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, we're not going to do that. I'm going to show up even better. I hired a social media manager to blew this man's account up. I did great work. But I wasn't getting paid enough to do the best that I could. And it was limiting my work ethic. At the time, I can sit here and tell y'all, like, do your best, no matter how much you're getting paid, because you agreed to it, right? Like, be excellent. Be excellent for 3 months with that client, and then say, hey, like, I know the value of what I'm doing, and I'm changing my rates, can we raise the rate? If you want to take that path. I know my value is way more than what I was getting paid at the time. He paid me $1,000 a month to produce as many videos as he wanted in the process of 2 days. That's wild. Absolutely not. So time progresses, and I was happy with that, or I won't say happy with that. I was all right with that. I was cool with it. So time continued, and that's when things kind of got hairy. Like, I was moving the room, and I was hearing all this bullshit, and I went on that stage, and I gave him his flowers, even though I knew how nasty all my mentors in that space were talking about me. Right? Like, him, my other mentor, they talked shit about me. They said I wasn't great. They were bashing on me, and I was the best person in the class. I made more money than anyone that did that program. Right? Like, I made $257K in less than a year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really did my shit, bro. You know, as a videographer with no production or anything like that, by myself from the muscle, like, based off of the information was given to me, I executed. Multiple 10K months. You see what I'm saying? Over 10K sometimes. I did my thing. So, like, I'm here to give y'all a testimonial, but you were tearing me down, so why would you ever put me in that position to come up on stage and give my two? That's bullshit, bro. You feel me? So, I still kept my mouth shut, though. I went up there, I was a bigger person, I said my thing in front of that audience, people were cheering and stuff, and I was like, alright, cool, I did my thing. And then I was talking to him about some ideas I had. I was inspired, me in the room, like, I was motivated, I was helping out, I was doing phone videos, I was adding value. And then as soon as I get home, he fired me. I didn't get paid to fly down there, I didn't get reimbursed for my stay, I didn't get paid for my flight, and at that moment, he fired me from him, but kept me in his agency. I kept shooting his client Herman, and after that, like, about a year later, he fired me from working with Herman because I didn't answer text when he wanted me to answer text. I could try to justify what he did. I could try to justify it, but as I said, this episode is about no one can cancel you, only you can cancel yourself. In that moment, I got put in a position where I lost most of my clients. My mental health took a dip. I wasn't in the best headspace. I gave my all to somebody. I gave them all my time. And what I got out of it was financial upstanding, yes. But being a boy that was looking for a man to inspire me and keep me under his wing, he just clipped me like I wasn't shit and treat me like I ain't nobody to him now. I seen him the other night, he tried to dab me up at this event, and I just was like, you so grimy, bro. Because what I don't think people understand when we sign up for these programs and stuff, like I know there are other people that are probably watching this video right now that signed up for a program that was supposed to change their life, is that these people guarantee that they're going to change our situation, right? That's not always true, bro. Be careful when you give your all to somebody. It's transactional. Whether you're a coach or your mentor, choose one. A mentor is there forever, and make that be clear. That means you're here for me forever. A coach is temporary. Right? He told me he was my mentor. He told me he was going to Mr. Miyagi me. And when I had moments of weakness, instead of pushing me and motivating me and talking to me and trying to like be a mentor, he just threw me to the sharks. And I made this video today, right? And I said, like, don't let nobody cancel you, because in that room, like, there was a lot of people that made me feel small that really fucked with me, like, in other avenues, but I allowed it to happen. Let me tell you something, y'all. You have to be confident in who you are. You have to be confident in why you were put on this planet and why you were put here to change or impact and do these amazing things. Right? You can't let the person to your right, that's your boss or someone you look up to, control your future. You see what I'm saying? And you let somebody control your future and who you are meant to be, you can't be the best person that you were meant to be here. And I trust me, I know you're amazing. I know you're beautiful. I know you're great. I know you're all those things. But there's somebody today or yesterday or last week or last month or from your childhood that hit you with a trauma that told you you were not meant to go where you really want to go. Or they went out of their way to stop you to get to your destiny. honestly, I kind of think that's corny. Leave your comment, right? If they didn't do a good job, I'm not saying that nobody don't got a right to say you didn't do your thing. You gotta take it on the chin and just be better. But when we go out of our way to cancel out somebody's life, we go out of our way to stop somebody's blessings, that's when you become something that is not thorough, bro. We're not put on this planet to destroy other people's lives, yo. If that's how you get what you get and that's how you attain your success and shit like that, sorry, dog. I personally don't respect you. Not that you need my respect or anything like that, but y'all, we gotta be mindful. If we aren't mindful of the places and the people that we put ourselves around that put us in these positions, there is no way that you will be great. So if you're watching this and you're working for a boss that you know doesn't care about you, doesn't mess with you, and you know you're valuable, you know you're great, you have all these amazing things, I encourage you guys to leave. I encourage you guys to take a chance on yourself. I encourage you to take that leap and that sprint forward to go somewhere that's going to change you forever. Because you don't, you're going to sit there and be okay with somebody treating you like you ain't shit, bro. Not looking at you now, not acknowledging your existence. Right? Like that's human nature. Like somebody do something to you, now they going to treat you like you ain't nobody. Fuck all that, bro. That's corny as shit, man. That's corny, bro. Like, yo, like, y'all need to learn how to forgive people. Like, I understand business is business. You can't have your emotions wrapped up in that. But mentorship, I don't look at that as a business transaction. You know, a lot of people put $50,000 program, $7,000, $7,500, $100,000, all that shit. Bro, be careful. Be careful with who you trust in. Because you trust the wrong people that put you in a position or a situation that's not going to be beneficial to you. How are you supposed to be successful? It's impossible. Always happens and it always will be. Like, I can't even tell y'all, bro. Like, yo, you may be in service right now. I help my girl with her photos. I help my girl with her videos. And like, just the way you say something to me in a certain way, like, bro, people are like, oh, you don't like doing business. No, I don't like when somebody talks to me disrespectfully. When you talk to me like I'm a human being. Like, just because you don't like something, like, you don't like when you eat food, you're like, Well, when somebody does a service for you, you don't have to show them the, Like, still talk to them with respect. And encourage them, like, yo, I like this part. Or if you didn't like it at all, like, oh, I want to be blunt and stand on who I am. Alright, cool. That's borderline being rude and ignorant, right? We don't want to be ignorant. We want to treat people with respect. Like, some of y'all want to build businesses, some of y'all want to build community and all that stuff. Like, yeah, you can build it, but build it right. Right? You gotta fire somebody, don't cancel them out because you're fucking their life up. You're not thinking about their kids, you're not thinking about their wives, you're not thinking about none of that. And we don't think about these things, and we don't press these things forward. How are we supposed to be successful? Feel what I'm saying? Close to impossible. So that being said, it's another episode. Don't let nobody cancel you out, because it's impossible. And don't cancel somebody else out, bro. Like, yeah, you can remove people from your life and stuff like that, but, you know, we gotta learn how to forgive, bro. Because we can't forgive those people, and we can't find a way to move forward. There's no way that we're gonna get where we really want to get in life by tearing somebody else down to our left or to our right. That's not living life. It's honestly fucked up. You choose. So hopefully y'all subscribe. I'm currently in Atlanta. There's some cool stuff out here at this event called InvestFest. It's my diary. I'm just talking. Hopefully it impacted you. So subscribe, do that good stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next one.